Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Hey everybody, welcome to Unlocking the Magic. You are listening to episode number 165, and it happens to be Halloween. Actually, no, it's not Halloween.
Well, it's not Halloween, it's October.
October is here. Hopefully you're listening to this and it's still October.
And if not, it's going to make you feel like October.
That's right. And today's show, we are going to talk about ways to bring some of that Disney Halloween magic right at home.
Well, when you first mentioned that you wanted to do this episode, this is Unlocking the Magic podcast, by the way. You can find it on iTunes, Stitcher Radio. If you're new to the show, welcome to the podcast. We also do a live show on Facebook. You can just search Unlocking the Magic and find us there. But we talk about a family perspective of how to go to Disney World and a little Disneyland. We've gone a few times and talked about that on the show, but more Disney World. But when you first mentioned to me you wanted to bring the magic home for Halloween and talk about that in the podcast, I actually Googled like how to do that.
Yeah.
And I got some blog posts, which I'm not going to mention the name.
You Googled it?
Well,
That's
cheating. I was like, what are you talking about? And
what does she mean?
I Googled it.
Okay.
And I came up with some blog posts, and I would do none of the things on those blog posts.
Perfect.
Just for reference there.
Awesome.
So I came up with my own.
Well, I'm glad you came clean.
And I said, I read some of those blog posts, and I just skimmed them, but I was like, I would do none of these things.
It's good to come clean. I'm glad that you admitted. So you're saying if they were good, you were just going to use those?
Well, I was just coming up with ideas of like, how do you bring the Disney magic home to your house? And Halloween especially. Like Halloween, I know, is your favorite holiday, and the kids love it. I love Disney time during Christmas. So I was just kind of thinking, like, how do you incorporate Halloween into your Halloween season wherever you are? And then I was just like, you know what? It's Halloween-ish, but it's kind of just like bringing Disney into your house. Like, how do you do that?
We get that question all the time. So in another show, we'll definitely do a follow-up with just bringing Disney magic at home.
Well, what I was saying is that's what I did on this one.
Oh, okay.
You can just have a Halloween twist on it.
Gotcha. Okay. Without having, look, it's hard to go to Walt Disney World often, and we often get asked how to bring that feeling right there at home. How do you feel like you can be, part of that magic wherever you are? And so this inspired me because Halloween is my favorite time of year. I love Disneyland, Walt Disney World during Halloween, but we don't often get to visit. So how can we do that right at home? Well, I've got my list, and apparently you've got yours.
I have to say, this is way easier to do, the podcast that is, and bringing Disney into your house in 2017 than it was in even 2007.
Agreed. Fully. Yeah.
It's so much more available in the technology the way it is. There's so much more information and so much more ways to, watch a video or watch a movie or look at pictures than there was. So much more information available. It's kind of easy to do it nowadays.
So we're going to do our Halloween Disney style.
Yes. Connie's going to do Halloween. I'm just going to do whatever I wrote down.
Great. Thank you. All right. Well, you talked about movies and videos. So let's start it off with family movie nights.
This is actually my favorite thing to do at any point in time. And especially, I really, really enjoy doing this, 30, 60 days before a Disney trip, is go back in time. And for us, it's those mini DV tapes and watch wait a second. What did you say?
Me?
Yeah. Did you say Disney home movies or Disney movies?
I said just movie nights.
Oh, see, to me, movie night is like Disney home movies. I love those. That was number one on my list.
When you said, what did you say? I thought you were asking yourself.
I did. I actually was asking myself because I wasn't sure if you said home movies or just movies in general.
Just movie nights. So whatever that means to you, go ahead. What does that mean to you?
So to me, I do like Disney movies, but I enjoy watching the kids when they were little because we have visited during Halloween time or Christmas time in the past. And I enjoy when we're having an upcoming trip, going back and watching those home videos of those trips. And everybody's kind of sitting down together. And it's just reminiscing because time goes by so quick. and you can watch a video where our daughters are 5 and 4, and it feels like yesterday that we just did that trip, and then you look over and they're like adults now.
Yeah, it does fly by. It's kind of scary.
And it's not too many times where you do watch those home movies.
That's scary. Speaking of Halloween, how fast time goes by.
That is scary.
Was that corny?
I looked over, I was like, whoa. But you don't pull out those movies too often.
That's true.
And it always seems to be for us during either holiday times or during where there's an upcoming trip. So I do enjoy, if we have an upcoming trip, it's Halloween time. That's when we pull out the home movies and we just watch as many as we can. And it just so happens that it feels like we do it for like 3 or 4 consecutive nights, and then it's gone for a year.
It's so that's, I like that. I actually didn't even put that on my list. I was thinking more along the lines of like my favorite Disney movies, and I listed them out so that I could share them on the show today, and the ways that I feel brings the magic at home. So movie nights for me in general, it's definitely family time, and I love scheduling them out. I love October, and I love especially just regular TV. It seems like even just the Disney Channel, they put on so many cool movies that just the kids get really excited for, and I do too.
There's a couple seasons and or holidays that Disney does a good job. Like summertime, they do a good job making you feel like it's summer.
Yeah.
Halloween, and then Christmas.
Yeah, totally.
So those are the 3 holidays that Disney Channel.
Summer's not a holiday, but I get it. It feels like a
Well,
holiday.
it's 4th of July holiday. It's like that's
Yeah.
like the summertime feel, the cookouts. They make you feel like it's summer and you want to go to the beach or the pool.
In New England, it definitely is a holiday.
It is a holiday for
Summer
sure.
is a holiday for us.
But they do really a good job at Halloween. I don't necessarily love all of the shows or movies that you guys binge on during Halloween season.
Yeah.
But there are a few that I enjoy watching with you guys.
All right, let's talk about that. So first, we'll have to mention Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
Which was,
Which I recently admitted on the show that I have never seen from beginning to end.
So is it time we watch that as a family? Or are you still kind of over that?
I don't know if I want to break my streak.
Well, anyway, that's a difficult movie because I think if you have really young children, there are some scenes in that movie with some language, just a little bit of raciness in some of the scenes. So I would definitely wait until the kids are older. I don't know. Does it get less awkward?
I don't know. Our kids are older now; they're teenagers, and it's still awkward when those scenes.
Is it more awkward when they're older, or is it better to watch this? Like, here's where I'm torn. Do you watch when the kids are really little, so it goes over their head?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It gets more awkward as they get older.
All right, never mind then.
For me and them.
So following that is definitely Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy. Come on, that's just a fun, lighthearted movie.
Which I like this movie. It's a little corny, and it's a little. It's almost like one of those television movies.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you know the attraction and you're familiar, it's just fun to watch with the family.
So speaking of another corny movie and attraction based, Tower of Terror has to follow that.
Right, which is the same kind of thing. Steve Guttenberg is the star of that one, and
Steve Guttenberg in this movie, what happened to him?
I think
really
he was
liked
in this movie.
That's what happened. He's a good actor. But yeah, Tower of Terror. There's some scary, I would say, scenes, but it's not that bad. I just think that it just has this fun twist in the movie where you really get to connect yourself with the attraction. Whether you're going to Walt Disney World soon or not, it definitely brings that spooky Halloween feeling.
Would you rather Haunted Mansion movie or the Tower of Terror movie?
Okay. So as difficult as that may seem, I'm going to say Tower of Terror based on the fact that it definitely takes place, parts of it takes place in the old golden era of Hollywood, which I loved.
So you're saying you like Steve Guttenberg better than Eddie Murphy?
I'm pretty much announcing that right now.
All right. Well, I'm choosing the other one.
So there's Nightmare Before Christmas, and of course everyone knows how much I love Jack Skellington. And then Halloween Town. What a fun movies to watch with the family. I love scheduling these out ahead of time and kind of doing like a weekend countdown of, what we're going to see. Kind of everybody gives their ideas of what they want to watch. And it's cool. I love that Disney has their collection of Halloween movies.
So you didn't put on your list watch like home movies of us at Disney during those times when their kids were little?
I did not.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. What's really even more interesting is that when I was going over the list with you, I said, what Disney movie what Halloween Disney movie do you love? And you said Spider-Man. And you said he dresses up.
He dresses up in a costume. I mean,
Hey, well, whatever.
all of those guys do. Any Marvel movie to me is a Halloween movie. It's because like that's what you dress up as in Halloween. So to me, that's like a Halloween movie.
Perfect. All right. So moving on from that, another family togetherness that I love to do is definitely family game night. And you can definitely incorporate Halloween with family game night. Disney does an incredible job with a lot of their board games now come as special editions with twists on Halloween versions. So for instance, there's a Haunted Mansion Clue that we have right at home that I love playing.
Yep.
Did you know, Bruce, there's a Nightmare Before Christmas operation?
I did not know that.
And it features, guess who it features as the patient?
Jack Skellington.
Oogie Boogie.
Really?
My favorite character.
Does he have anything? Is it just a sheet, right?
No, Oogie Boogie is like a creature.
He's the ghost, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's like a green creature. It's really cool.
But he has like organs and stuff that you can have what game is it?
Operation. Yeah, you're on the right path. You know what you're talking about.
Well, you just take his sheet off and it's over?
And there's like bats that come out of his body.
Oh, okay. I get you.
But yeah, I could see how that would be kind of confusing.
I didn't think there was anything under there.
Not that I'm meaning for this to be like a go shopping and buy stuff thing, but if you go to the Disney site, Shop Disney, they list all the board games. And let me tell you, where were these a while back? Because I would have had so much more fun. So there's Clue, the Tower of Terror. There's Monopoly, Nightmare Before Christmas. And can I just really quickly mention, I think I must have this. There is a game, Monopoly Pirates of the Caribbean.
How does that work?
So it's a pirate league, and you buy, sell, and trade your way to rule the 7 seas in this game.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Custom game board features characters from the entire film franchise.
Interesting.
Inspired by all 5 Pirates movies. Okay, I'm done.
Well, I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
Okay, so, and then what about a game of Would You Rather?
Would You Rather was actually invented around this topic. We were sitting at our dinner table with our upcoming trip in November, so it was probably October, Halloween time. And our youngest one, I mean, it wasn't invented, but she was always like, would you rather this or this? We were planning our trip. And that was actually one of mine, is family game night. And this is, when I say family game night, I think of more of these type of games, not board games or like computer games or anything like that. To me, it's more of like would you rather games and talking about the trip and getting excited for that. I love family would you rather around dinner time, and we could literally spend hours doing it.
I love putting the spooky twist on it. So we'll ask the kids, would you rather Haunted Mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean? Even though Pirates of the Caribbean isn't Halloween per se, it definitely has that spooky feeling.
Yeah, especially the one in Disneyland, the Blue Bayou.
Definitely.
I know that's the restaurant, but the scene where you go by the Blue Bayou and you're in the swamp feels Halloween-y.
Halloween-y?
Is that a word?
It is now.
I'm pretty sure I just made that up.
Would you rather Tower of Terror or Haunted Mansion? I mean, there's just so many ways that you can have fun around the table, and I love this part of I love this game.
And it gets your kids involved, and it's not just us. Usually, it's them coming up with these would you rathers and talking about certain topics, but it also gets them thinking about the upcoming trip, where it gets them excited for the upcoming trip and thinking about what they want to do when we do go down there. And it builds the excitement. So not only does it bring Disney into your house during the Halloween time or the holiday season, but it also gets you excited for your next trip, and not in a which fast passes are we going to get way. It's more of a this is what we're going to see and this is what we're going to do.
I love it. So much fun. I'd like to think we invented it, but hey.
I think we've made it fun.
We made it fun. Right. Making Would You Rather fun again. You're welcome. Okay, so another piece of how we love to incorporate Disney. Obviously, there's ways to bring decor in the home, and you can decorate your lawn and all that. But I think it can go deeper into that. And so a lot of times during Halloween, I love to come up with ideas and like having a feast and hosting just a family dinner with all of us at Halloween Disney style. And what I mean by that really is just kind of invoking that feeling you get in a lot of these awesome restaurants in either Walt Disney World or Disneyland. And for instance, one of you just had mentioned the Blue Bayou. And really, you can create that sort of atmosphere, believe it or not, I mean, somewhat, at home. Bring some candles.
Dead body here and there.
Dead body here and there. You can really feel like you're part of something and bring that magic home. I love doing, poisoned candy apples with the kids. Things like that really bring us all together as a family.
I think you've done that in the past, and it's not necessarily like something that you would think of either, like coming up with Disney snacks or recreating the Disney snacks that you get in the parks or you can find at the resorts is pretty cool to do at home.
It is.
Although
cool.
It never tastes the same.
Yeah, all right, I'm working on that.
And I think that goes back to our whole atmosphere thing. Atmosphere makes it taste better. Exactly.
And so that's why I want, a lot of times I bring in, things like props and candles and things like that where you really make you feel like you have your dining room or kitchen or wherever you are is transformed into this special place. Because really that's what makes the meal so special too in Walt Disney World. It's the theming.
Totally. I mean, the atmosphere makes it what it is.
I agree.
It's not just the like Tonga toast doesn't taste as good at home.
Well, it's because
as it does in the Polynesian deck.
I don't know. We haven't actually got delivered Tonga toast from...
Well, I've never brought some home, but I've tried to make it at home.
Well, that's the thing. You've just tried to make it.
It was pretty close, I have to say. It was pretty close to the thing we had at Disney at the Polynesian, but it wasn't the same.
See, maybe if we recreated it outside with some tiki torches...
Well, why don't we just move there?
Then we could do that too.
And then it'll be easy. And then you can just bring some home.
Another part of how we love to incorporate some Halloween Disney magic at home does go along the line with videos again, but it's a little deeper. It goes with the history of Walt Disney World and Disneyland. I love to get together with the kids and watch some old Disney films talking about either creating the Haunted Mansion or creating Pirates of the Caribbean, those older attractions. I love seeing the history and the people behind of what made these great attractions.
Or even if you go on the Disney blog, they have videos of Halloween time and these special events that they have or the parades that you can watch during the Halloween season. And as much as I forget to watch them when they are live, you definitely can go watch the replays.
Well, that was my next one, actually.
Well, hold on. Let's go back to this one then, 'cause I don't want to get there too quick.
You got there a little fast.
But I do enjoy, especially nowadays where you can plug your computer into your TV and watch it on the big screen, those videos on YouTube or wherever you can find them of them creating those attractions. And again, just like the home movies, it always seems to be us watching these when we're pretty close to our next trip.
I just love incorporating that with everything, and that's a way that I love to bring Disney magic at home, especially for Halloween season. If we're not going during Halloween, it definitely makes you feel connected to a lot of the attractions. It gets you it gets the kids excited too, because they really get to learn a little bit, and they don't really quite realize they're learning. It's a fun family togetherness where they're learning and not really realizing it's
I think it puts the two together, because the attractions in Walt Disney World they are there to immerse you in the movie, right? So when you see the behind the scenes or the making of the movie, you get the explanation of what part of that attraction goes with that movie. So it makes you, when you do go to ride the attraction, see the little things, which we talk about a lot. And it helps your kids see the little things rather than just how long the wait is.
Exactly.
The wait's 60 minutes, you're waiting in line, they're on their phone. Maybe they're looking at the smaller items or pieces of the attraction that you normally wouldn't see or notice if you didn't watch how it was made.
Right. Their senses are kind of heightened. Maybe they're smelling certain smells while waiting in the queue for the attraction to begin. They're just more observant of what's happening around them because they kind of, did this with you. And so that's definitely something I love doing.
And it makes it a whole different experience. Like if you watch how something is made, and even if you've gone on that thing 20 times, while you're watching that movie, you notice things that maybe you didn't notice before. And then when you go back to ride the attraction or go through the land or whatever it is you've just watched, it gives you a whole different perspective of that item. So it makes it feel like you've never done it before.
I exactly agree with you, 100%.
So like when you watch the video of the ideas that went into the Haunted Mansion and the people who were behind the creating of it, it gives you a different appreciation of the attraction, and you look at it differently. You look at the small details like the wallpaper in Disneyland or some of the characters that they have in there, and you recognize them a little bit better than you would if you just kind of, even if you've ridden the ride 100 times.
Well, the other thing I want to talk about, because we bounced around a little bit there, but I want to talk about how...
What do you mean we bounced around a little bit there? What are you trying to say?
Well, we talked about this before a little bit, but we didn't go into too in-depth in it. But I want to talk about how Disney itself is actually helping with the ways of being able to bring the magic home for you. And I think this is something that I totally was against in the beginning. I didn't really love the live streams. I wasn't really on board until finally one day I got to watch it. And I hate judging a book by its cover, but I was doing that. And now
Hold on, let me stop you there.
Okay.
Why didn't you want to watch them?
I did not.
I'm going to interview you now.
Okay. I just didn't
Connie from Unlocking the Magic. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hi. I appreciate
So I've heard a
here.
rumor that you did not want to watch live streams from Disney in the beginning. Why is that?
Full disclosure, I was not believing the hype, and I thought, how could they do that? How could they? It's kind of like a secret of, for me anyway, I feel like it's this secret place, and I don't want this place to be exposed and so readily accessible. I want to be able to only experience it there, and I didn't think also I would get the same feeling, and I thought it would almost, I thought it would almost cheapen it.
So let me get this right.
Cheapen the experience.
As the host here, and you're the interviewee, right? You thought that the experience would be less special in the parks if you already knew what was coming from watching it on the live stream.
Yes.
But you've seen it in the parks, so wouldn't you want to compare the two?
Yes and no. So yes, the first part, but then also I felt like it would make it, if it makes it so readily available, would that make me not want to go?
To the in-park one.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to convince myself to watch them now by talking to you about this.
No, I can see you're like hard, heavy-hitting questions.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a good interviewer.
It's not nerve-wracking whatsoever.
Because you have no idea what I'm going to ask you.
Exactly.
We don't stop the recording, so.
So anyway, I finally got to see them, and I will say they're so much fun, and yeah, it definitely brings the magic at home, and it just gets me that much more excited for our next vacation. So the recent ones that they just did back to Halloween was the Boo to You parade of the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and let me just say it was so cool to not only see the actual parade at home, but also, the host is incredible, and he was interviewing families there that were dressed up for the occasion. It was really cool to see their excitement and what they had come up with as far as their costumes go, and it was just really cool. So I really recommend getting on board and watching a live stream. That's definitely a fun way to bring that magic at home.
Did you watch it on Facebook?
I did.
On your phone?
I did.
Okay. So if you have an iPhone mini, which is like the 5 or not the Plus, it's probably tricky, right? Is that what you had before? That's probably why you didn't watch it. Your phone's too small.
Probably. It's probably hard to get 3 of the kids around this little tiny thing.
Yeah, so if you have an iPad or a tablet or a computer or a Plus phone, it's probably a little bit more enjoyable.
You're nerding out now.
Yeah, I am.
I'm stopping you right there.
So how long are these live streams?
They're not very long at all, and
approximately.
I don't know.
Half an hour?
No, not even.
All right, maybe I can bring myself to watch one of them.
It's just enough time where it's just a little piece of whimsy that I think is a cool way to bring some of that magic at home and incorporate. It like lengthens the season for me. I love the month of October because the buildup of Halloween is approaching. I hate just waiting until the actual day of Halloween to celebrate the day. I love the buildup, just as same with a vacation that's approaching. Like I like incorporating ways to enhance each and every day. So
yeah, I think you know what happened too with the live stream. It's a new technology. So
right.
Live streaming hasn't been around forever. So they're probably getting better at it. Maybe a year ago they weren't as good. It was more raw. And
yeah.
Not because there's two different things. Like the videos that they produce is probably really produced, and the live stream was really raw. Maybe they're getting better at it, so it's more entertaining now.
I don't know. I just think it's a welcoming addition to everything Disney, and I do appreciate the hosts and their enthusiasm. It's really cool. I actually crave more of that. Hopefully, this new streaming that they're doing, that they're going to be, well, now that they're removing themselves from Netflix, I think that's something that a lot of people were hinting on and hoping that they'd bring more parks.
Which is good because Facebook anybody has, or
Right.
Instagram. And it's a great way for them to get an audience and get followers of people who are going to be interested in going back. So they should do that.
Okay, we're definitely nerding out now.
Yes, we are.
Okay, back to the show.
Let's get back to bringing Disney to your house for Halloween.
What else do you have, Bruce? Anything?
I kind of had something similar, but it was more about, like, I love talking with the kids about our upcoming trip and what we're excited about to see for Halloween there. And to me, upcoming trips or talking about Disney in Halloween or holidays gets us to talk together and have a common bond between all of us. You know, everybody's busy with their days, or they have schoolwork or homework or work or podcasting to do. And it seems to just bring us together as a family. And it's the time where we spend a half an hour or an hour kind of just talking about that and forgetting everything else. So that's what I like about it the most. And that was my last thing that I was just kind of talking, you know.
It's so sweet.
It is, because we don't get a chance to talk. I mean, literally, I'll be upstairs or downstairs, and the kids will text me, right?
Right.
Like, Dad, dinner's ready, or where's my shoes, or something. Like,
Yeah.
I'm right here. Can you just talk to me? And,
Can you give me a ride?
yeah, so when we talk about our upcoming trip or a Halloween season, and we're talking about Disney, it seems to just, the technology goes away, and everybody just starts to communicate and talk to each other again.
Yeah.
Which is, not that I like talking to anybody,
That's true.
but, you know, for half an hour, I'm good.
That's true.
And then I'm okay.
And then you're all right.
Yeah. And then you can go back to texting me.
Absolutely. Well, I hope you guys were able to take some pieces of this and be able to create some of that Disney magic at home, the Halloween magic specifically. We can always do another show later on about ways that we generally like to bring. But I think
it's kind of the same thing.
I was just going to say, it's kind of the same thing. Just remove the Halloween pieces. So instead of
it's like
Halloween movies.
It's like our two favorite things, holidays and Disney.
Right.
You put them together.
Before I was interrupted, I was saying...
Sorry.
Halloween movies, you would just do regular Disney movies. You know, you'd have everybody pick out what movies they love. But it goes along the lines, the same thing.
You know what? We'll link up everything that Connie mentioned, all those movies and live streaming places to watch them on our blog post for this episode. So head over to unlockingthemagic.com and type something in there.
What are they going to type?
I don't know. It'll probably be the latest blog post. If you're listening to this when it comes out, just go over to there and it'll be episode number 165. Connie?
Yes.
All right.
165.
And I actually think it's not 165, but let me just double check that. Take over the show.
Okay, well, first...
Nope, it is 165. We're back.
Okay, hello.
So, yeah, just go over, type 165, and we'll put all the show notes for those movies, Haunted Mansion, Tower of Terror, Hocus Pocus, and what was the other one you said?
I don't know, but I was just thinking, you know what I really love?
Don't hurt yourself.
The best thing about October and Halloween and Disney is I love kind of recreating my own Haunted Mansion in my own house, which means less dusting for me. I'm looking at the cobwebs right now.
So you're telling me you celebrate Halloween in June?
Pretty much.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Everybody, thank you for listening to the show. If you want to join us, you know what I have to mention? I have to mention the winner of the Would You Rather. So on Facebook, on Monday nights, we do a live show, Facebook, Unlocking the Magic, and at the end of the show, we'll say, hey, give us some Would You Rathers, and we pick out the best Would You Rathers and select a winner. And Connie is going to select the winner today because I was just about to select the winner, and she's like, wait, I'm selecting this week's winner. So, Connie,
put on the brakes.
Let's announce the winning Would You Rather, and then we'll announce who the winner was.
First, let me just say that I appreciate and love every single Would You Rathers you guys said, and they're so fun for us. But I had to go with the one that went right to my heart. This one is, would you rather dress up for Dapper Day at Walt Disney World or dress up for the Boo to You party? And the Boo to You parade. So, Justin, I just want to thank you for that awesome Would You Rather. It was one of the hardest ones I've ever heard of done. I'm going to say Dapper Day.
I mean, that's really hard for me because I don't want to do either.
Bruce, what'd you pick? What are you picking?
I'm not picking Dapper Day.
Okay. You're going to dress up for Halloween?
I guess so.
All right.
Because you can like dress up as...
What are you going to dress up as?
Like stuff. You can probably dress up as something that doesn't seem like you're dressing up.
Wearing a Captain America t-shirt doesn't qualify as dressing up.
What if I bring a shield with me?
No, I don't know about that.
Kind of.
I don't know if shields are allowed.
I'm not dressing up as dapper guys. Like I like those guys and they're entertaining, but I ain't dressing up like one.
Okay.
So I'm going to choose the Halloween one. But Justin, thank you so much. Email us your address and we will send that over to you. info@unlockingthemagic.com is our email. If you have a question and if you want your chance to win, you got to join us on the live show. Give us your Would You Rather on Facebook, Unlocking the Magic. And if you're going to Disney soon and you have little ones, you definitely want to check out Kingdom Strollers. The cool thing about Kingdom Strollers is that you can use the stroller in your resort, in your hotel, for the whole time you're on vacation. They drop it off at your resort, and then you use it for your whole week or however long you're staying. And then when you're done, you just drop it right back off where they dropped it off, and they pick it up for you.
I'm so confused. What is happening?
KingdomStrollers.com.
You drop it off, they pick it up?
Yes. You go to Disney in the park, and you spend $15 or however much it is, and you only get to use it in the park. Kingdom Strollers allows you to use it the whole time you're there.
I know, and they're quality luxury strollers too. I've got a lot of feedback from Kingdom Strollers, people that have used them and really loved them. So I just want to thank those guys over there. They've been supporting the show for a very long time. Yes,
so go check them out, KingdomStrollers.com. On Twitter, we are WDW On Instagram, which we didn't do an Instagram live this week because we had some kind of issue. We had some issue with the phones. We couldn't do it. So on Twitter, on Instagram, we are Unlock the Magic. And sometimes we'll do a live show. Not guaranteed always on Instagram, but for the most part, we do when we can. But definitely on Facebook if you want to join us live. What else you got, Connie? Or should we wrap it there?
I think we should wrap it.
All right, good. If you want to join us on Patreon, too, we do extra shows in there. UnlockingTheMagic.com/Patreon. It's like $5. And you can join us there for extra episodes that you don't get on iTunes or Stitcher or on the Facebook page.
It's funny, when I say wrap it, you continue.
Yeah. Well, I had to get that one last shot in there.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, have a great holiday, everybody. And we'll see you next week.
Happy Monstober.